Good morning, students. So today we will continue chapter number 9, that is carbon compounds. So in the previous lecture we have seen that how to write IUPAC name of any given structural formula. So today we will practice again same, and after that we will write we will write a structural formula from given molecules. Okay, so here one structural formula is given, right? This is condensed structure formula. Okay, so now you have to write the IUPAC name. So how you will write? So again we have to write, first of all we have to give the number to each carbon atoms. So number should be from left hand side to or right hand side. So you can see here, if you give the number from right hand side, see if I give here 1, this carbon atom I give number 2, this number carbon, if this get number 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, right? So you can see here this double bonds come on 4th carbon atom. If you give the number from left hand side to right hand side, this carbon is getting 4 number, and if you give number from this side 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this is from left to right, and this is from right to left. So you can say that this double bond is coming, if we give the number from right hand side to left hand side, this double bond is coming on 2nd carbon atom, or we can say this double bond is nearest if we give number from right hand side to left hand side, and if we give the number from left hand side to right hand side, this double bond, the carbon atoms which is nearest to double bond is getting 4. So which one is nearest? This is 4, after double bond is here, this is 2 number is here, then double bond is here. So which one is nearest? Which is the correct way to give the number? So this one will be correct, because after 2 carbon atom double bond is here. But if we write from left hand side to right hand side, after 4 carbon atom there is double bond. So this way is wrong, this way is correct. So now you have to write IUPAC name. Okay, so how I will write? See how many carbon atoms are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon atoms are here. For 6 carbon atom we use root words hex, H-E-X, hex, then we will put here a dash. This double bond is coming after 2nd carbon atom, so hex 2, again dash, suffix we will use in, this hex 2n. This is the correct IUPAC name of this structural formula. Okay, this is IUPAC name. Okay, so in case of this structure formula, how will how you will write the name. So if we give number 1 to this carbon atom, 1 2, why we have used the suffix ene? The reason is there is double bond present. Okay, this carbon number I am giving number 1, this 2, this carbon number 3, this carbon number 4. So see, after first, if we write from left to right, after first carbon atom, first carbon atom, there is triple bond. But if we write from this side, right hand side, 1, if we give number 1 to this carbon atom, if we give 2 to this carbon atom, if we give 3 to this carbon atom, and if we give 4 from this carbon atom. So see, if we give number to each carbon atom from right hand side, so after 3 carbon atom there is triple bond, and if we give number from left hand side to right hand side, so then after first carbon atom there is triple bond. So which is nearest? So from left hand side this triple bond is nearest. So after first carbon atom there is triple bond, but from right hand side to left hand side after 3 carbon atom there is triple bond. So this is the wrong way, this is the correct way. So its name will be, number of carbon atom is 1 2 3 4. For 4 we use bute, then we will put dash here. Bute, after 1 carbon atom, this is here is triple bond, bute 1, there is triple bond is present, bute 1 ine, Y-N-E. This is the correct IUPAC name. This is IUPAC name, otherwise simply we can say this is butane. For this we will use hexene. Simply for this structural formula, simply we can say hexene. Okay, in common name we can say this, we can say this is hexene. But if you write IUPAC name, then in IU, according to IUPAC name, IUPAC nomenclature, its name will be hex2n. It means this double bond is present on the second carbon atom. Similarly, this one ine, Y-N-E, it means triple bond is present on the first carbon atom. This one, if we give number 1 2, say 1 2 3 4 5, after 2 carbon atom this is triple bond is here. But if we write 1 2 3 4, after third carbon atom there is triple bond, and from if we give number from left hand side to right hand side, after 2 carbon atom there is triple bond. So this is wrong. This is because after 2 is the minimum number, as we compare 3 and 2 is the minimum number, because after second carbon atom there is triple bond, and after third carbon atom there is triple bond. So which is minimum number? 2 is the minimum number. So we will give the number from left hand side to right hand side. So its name will be 1 2 3 4 5. Number of carbon atom is 5. So we will use root word pent dash 2. After 2 carbon atom is triple bond, pent 2 ine, Y-N-E. Why we used ine? There is triple bond. For triple bond we use ine. Okay. Simply we can say pentyne, but in IUPAC nomenclature you have to say pent2ine. Similarly, this one. So students, one thing before writing the name of this structure formula, you tell me one thing. In the previous lecture, I have explained you. See, if I write CH3 and if there is vacant, there is if this is actually first of all write methane like CH4, and if you remove one hydrogen atoms from this methane, then methane will become CH3 single bond. So this methane converted into alkyl group. Alkyl. It means here is number of carbon is 1. 1 carbon is here. For 1 carbon atom, this is the alkyls. In alkyl, we will say methyl or methyl. Okay. If we write C2H5 single bond, so this is ethyl. This functional group is ethyl, right? If we say C3, these all are belong to alkyl group. Okay, alkyl group C3H7 single bond. So this will also belong to alkyl group, but its name will be propyl. Okay. So similarly, you can see here, I think this is visible for you. So here is methyl group, alkyl group, but in alkyl group this is number of carbon is 1. So this is we will consider as methyl group. Okay. So now we have to give the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we give the number this carbon atom 1, we have first of all we have to check longest carbon chain. Longest carbon chain belong to how many carbon atom? 1, 2, 3. If you take this one 1, 2, 3, 4 as the longest chain, so this will be wrong. The reason is if you take this one like this, the number of carbon will be 1, 2, 3, 4. But if you take 1, 2, this chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is the longest. So we will give 1, 2, 3, right, 4, 5, 6. If we give number from left hand side to right hand side. But if we give this side, then this methyl group is getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So see, this carbon is getting number 4 if we write from right hand side to left hand side. But if we write from left hand side to right hand side, this carbon is getting number 3. So which one is minimum? This is 3 is the minimum number. So this is correct. So this way is correct to give number to carbon atoms. Okay. So this is, listen, for alkyl group we use prefix, students. In the previous lecture I forget, for this we use prefix. Okay, this we use prefix. Understood? So this is on third carbon atom. There is methyl group. So we will write here 3 methyl methyl 1 2 3 4 5 6 3 methyl hexane. Okay, 3 methyl hexane, because there is single bond between all the carbon atoms. Okay. Okay, now again you have to write IUPAC name. So first you have to take you have to find longest chain of carbon. So longest chain of carbon is, if we count from left hand, this one in this state chain, then 1 2 3 4 5 carbons are here in this chain. But if we take like this one, 1 2 3 4 5 6, here is 6 carbon is present in this way. There's 6 carbon. It means this chain is the longest chain. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So this is the longest chain. Understood? So now this will be the either this one or this one. This will become alkyl group. In alkyl group, this is ethyl, because see, there is 2 carbon atoms are here. So this one is a, we will consider as a functional group. Which one? This is number of carbon is 2, because in the just I have explained you, if there is C2H5 single bond, so here we can say C2, 3 hydrogen is here, 2 hydrogen is here, the C2H5 and bond, this is the single bond is here. So this will become here ethyl group, ethyl. Okay, so we will give the number 1 2 3 4 5 6. So on third number, this ethyl group is present, and if we give the number from here, from here, this carbon if we give 1, this carbon we give 2, this in this direction, if we give 1, not 31, if we give 1 2 3 4 5 6. So if we give number from downside to upside, so this carbon is getting number 4. But if we writing the giving the number to each carbon atom, this getting carbon number is, their functional group is present. So this carbon atom is getting 3. So it means this way is the correct way to give number to carbon atoms. This is the wrong way. So its name will be longest chain is of how many carbon atoms? 1 2 3 4 5 6 carbon atoms. It means again we will write here. Listen, this functional group is on third carbon atom, so we'll write here 3 ethyl hexane. Because why we will use ANE? Because there is single bond in each, there is single bond between all carbon atoms. Okay, this is the correct IUPAC name. Now write this is CH2, students, this is CH2. Now you have to write the IUPAC name. It may be difficult for you, but we will write. Okay, so first of all you have to find longest chain. So longest chain, from we have to select longest chain, and we have to give the number to the carbon atoms in such a way that functional group should be present nearest to the carbon atoms. Okay, so listen, here is longest chain of how many carbon atoms? Don't think this is the longest chain. This is oxygen atom is here. Okay, this is oxygen atom is here, so we cannot take as a whole as the longest chain. If there is a carbon, then we can take this one is the longest chain, but there is oxygen, so we cannot consider this as the longest carbon chain. So first of all you identify the functional group. Which group? This is this one. See, I have explained you C double bond O and O, this one. or simply we can say if you write in condensed form, then this is COO double bond. Which functional group is this? So you can check here. Just a second. This is ester group. If you remember, see this one. This is ester group. C single bond, COO single bond, right? So for this we use suffix as a O8, right? So we will give the number 1, 2. There is only 2 carbon chain. This is again, here is not C2H2. Student, this is, remember, this is CH2 only. By mistake I have done right here 2, but this is CH2 only. So this is actually, this is C2. Actually, if you write in condensed form, then we can, sorry, you can see this is the ethyl group. C2, 3 hydrogen is here, 2 hydrogen is here. We can say C2H5. This is actually C2H5 single bond. The single bond is not this side. Here is this side. This is the ethyl group, right? This is ethyl group. So we can say here, we will write here IUPAC name as simply ethyl, right here. Ethyl as, because we use as a prefix ethyl. This is ethanoate. Number of carbon is 2. So we will write here right here ethane. Before 2 carbon atom we will write ethane. 2, we will use suffix as a O8, O-A-T-E, O8. Okay, but you can see this is the vowel is here, here is also vowel, so we have to drop this A. So its final name will be ethanoate. Ethane 2O8. Okay, this is the correct name of this structure formula. Listen, now it is just opposite to previous example. Now we have to write structure formulae from following IUPAC name. So here IUPAC name is given. From this IUPAC name we have to write structure formulae. Okay, so it is very easy. Pent, it means number of carbon will be 5. So see, one, 2, 3, 4, 5. Listen, student, I think this should be should be pentane 2-on, right? Pentane 2-on. So see, pentane, that is 5 carbon we will use. Pentane, we know that pentane, we know that Pentane, pentane. So there is suffix, we can see here that there is ane, so it means that there will be single bond in between carbon atoms, right? 2-on. So if we take from this side 1, 2, so here will be on, means what? On belongs to ketone. We use suffix on, one, for ketone. So here is, if we give number as a 1, here is 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we give number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, so this ketone will come on here. But if we give this carbon atom as a number 1, this carbon atom as a 2, this carbon atom 3, similarly 4, this is 5. Then if you give numbering from this side, then according to this side, this functional group will become here. But if you give the number to each carbon atoms, then ketone will be come on this group. So both will be correct. Okay. So I am taking from this one. Okay. So I will erase this one. So see, here will be ketone, it means CO. For ketone we use CO like this one, single bond, C, double bond, O, like this one. This is the ketone. And then remaining place we will put, sorry, we cannot put here a single bond here, hydrogen here, because carbon has already completed octet. You can count here 1, 2 electrons. Now this is all are hidden. No need to. I will not show you dark dot. This is hidden. In one single bond there is 2 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. This is stable. So we cannot put hydrogen here. Hydrogen, because carbon forms tetravalent bond. Tetravalent means around carbon atoms there will be 4 bonds, single bond. Total 4 bond around the carbon atoms. Hydrogen. Here is hydrogen. There is nothing. Again there is hydrogen. This is the structural formula. Otherwise you can write in condensed form also. In condensed form we can write here CH3, CH2, CH2, CO, CH3. Okay. 2-chlorobutane. Butane. It means number of carbon will be 4. And ane, that is single bond between carbon atoms. 2-chloro. So I will give you number 2-chloro. So if I give 1, 2, then chlorine atom will become here. If we give 1, 2, then chlorine will come here. So both will be correct. So I am writing chlorine atom is here. Okay. So now the remaining place, this is number 1, this is 2. Hydrogen. Now we will put here hydrogen because we have to complete octet for this carbon atom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we will not put hydrogen here, so this will be unstable. That is wrong. This is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Here is hydrogen. Here will be hydrogen. Or in condensed form, I am writing here. Same thing we can write here. We can write this is CH3, then CH2, then we can write CH. We will write CH and chlorine we will show here. And again this is CH3. Both are correct. This is also correct. This is also correct. Okay. Propane to all. Propane to all. It means number of carbon will be 3. Propane. ANE, but E is dropped here because O is here. So propane. The number of carbon atom will be 3. 1, 2, and there will be single bond because here is ANE, propane. If you write propane complete, then here will be ANE. So if ANE is here, it means there is single bond between carbon atoms. Okay. To all, it means on all for alcohol. So we have to You can give the number from this side, right hand side to left hand side, or left hand side to right hand side, because this will get number 2. Alcohol OH. There is 3 bond around this carbon atom, so there will be 1 hydrogen atom will come. Hydrogen. Now I will speed up because it is taking so much time. I hope you have understood the concept. This is the propane 2-ol, because on second carbon atom there is functional group. Methanol, Al4 aldehyde. And what is the functional group of aldehyde? The functional group for aldehyde is CHO. Okay, methanol, it means number of carbon is only 1. On this you have to O and H. Here we have to complete this one. This is methanol. The 1 carbon atom is here only, methanol. So if we write like this one, we can write here in condensed form H, and we can write here for this CHO, methanol. Butanoic, oic acid, C, oic acid for carboxylic acid. Butane, it means number of carbon will be 4, 1, and all there will be single bond in between carbon atoms. Oic acid, because oic acid always come on the last carbon atom, because for carboxylic acid functional group is single bond COOH. So you can see here, if you break this one, this will become like, this is single bond, and this will become COOH, this C, and here will be hydrogen. Understood? Burn bromopropane. I think I should give the homework for you. Burn bromopropane. Propane, it means number of carbon will be 3. Burn bromo, it means on first carbon atom, if you consider this is the first carbon atom, this second is, if you consider 1 here, so bromine atom will be here. So I am writing here 1, 2, 3. So Br, remaining place there will be hydrogen. You attach here hydrogen. Okay. Ethanamine, ethane. It means number of carbon atom will be 2. 1, 2. Amine means NH2. We can write here remaining part, hydrogen. This is amine group. If you want to write hydrogen like a single bond H. This is the ethanamine, right? This is the structural formula of ethanamine, right? Your next topic is chemical properties of carbon compounds. This is also important. Okay? Chemical properties of carbon compound. So first one is combustion. First properties is combustion. So we know that if you burn elemental carbon in the presence of air, if I say air, it means that is oxygen. Simply it gives carbon dioxide plus heat plus light, for example for wood. reaction that gave simply carbon dioxide gas. This is gas, so we will show the direction here, heat and light. But if we burn carbon compound like hydrogen, like carbon compounds like methane, it means CH4 is a hydrocarbon. So always remember, if you burn hydrocarbons, always remember, if you burn hydrocarbon in the presence of air or in the presence of oxygen, always remember carbon dioxide plus water plus again heat plus light. But in case of hydrocarbon, products will be carbon dioxide plus water. This is the fixed product in case of if you burn hydrocarbons, and heat light is also fixed. So always remember, if you burn elemental carbon dioxide plus heat plus light. But if you see hydrocarbon is burning here, this is methane is the hydrocarbon, so carbon dioxide plus water will form. Now you have to balance, and you know very well how to balance a chemical equation or chemical reaction. So you can see one carbon is here, one carbon is here, here is two oxygen is here, here is 2, here is 1, 2 plus 1, 3. So do one thing, write here 2 and write here 2 also. So now 2 to the 4 oxygen is here. Here is in this molecule water, there is 2 oxygen, here is 2 oxygen, 2 plus 2 4, hydrogen is 4, 2 to the 4. You can take any one. If you take like a ethanol like a CH3 CH2 OH, right? OH. If you burn ethanol in the presence of air, again this is the carbon compounds. So again here will be carbon dioxide plus water plus heat plus light. Okay, light. So now you have to balance. Number of carbon is here is 1, here is 1, 2 carbon atoms is here, so write simply here 2. Okay, oxygen is, how many oxygen are here? We can say that 3 oxygen is here, 2, and here is 1, 3 oxygen is here, but here 2 to the 4 plus 5 oxygen here. So do one thing, here write if you write here 2, then hydrogen will be 4, but here hydrogen is 3 plus 2 5 plus 1 6, hydrogen is here, so we have to put here 3. It means oxygen will be, how many oxygen is here? So 2 to the 4 and 3, 4 plus 3 oxygen is here, 4 plus 3, that is 7 oxygen. It means 1 is here, so we will write here 3 to the 6 oxygen, and here is 1 oxygen. Now this is a balanced chemical equation. So some important points are there that I am going to discuss. So hydrocarbons as well as most of the carbon compounds, here is this is the ethanol is the carbon compounds, hydrocarbons, this is hydrocarbons, and this is the compound of hydrocarbons or carbon compounds goes combustion in the presence of oxygen to emit heat and light. Okay, and two product is common, that is carbon dioxide and water is the common product in case of combustion reaction, or in the case of if you burn hydrocarbons or carbon compounds. Okay. One important thing, saturated hydrocarbons burn with blue flame. I will write here. And unsaturated hydrocarbons burn with yellow flame and release black smoke. I will write here, okay? So I have written here, saturated hydrocarbons burns with blue flame. This is important. On this concept, activity based questions may become. And unsaturated, it means there is unsaturated means there is double or triple bond is multiple bond is present in the compound, burns with yellow flame and release black smoke. Okay. And you know, you just know one thing, oxidation. Before oxidation, on the basis of one activity is there, if you burn naphthalene, acetic acid and ethanol, so in case of naphthalene, there is, you will observe that after burning naphthalene, you will see yellow flame. It means what? It means we can say naphthalene is unsaturated hydrocarbon. But in case of if you take acetic acid and ethanol, they burns blue flame. It means what? It means acetic acid and ethanol have no multiple bond. That is, they are saturated hydrocarbon. Understood? There is one more activity on the basis of Bunsen-Warner. So I think I will show you in the lab Bunsen-Warner. So in the Bunsen-Warner, there is a movable ring. Suppose this is a Bunsen-Warner. Here is a ring. Here is hole, and around this there is a ring. There is a ring. This one like this way. There is a ring. This is a Bunsen burner. For example, this is Bunsen burner. Okay, here is a gas pipe is here. So here is a small hole is here, and there is a small ring. Okay, movable ring. So if there is blue flame is here, it means that from this hole sufficient oxygen is coming from this hole. But if you off this hole with the help of that movable ring, you will observe here is yellow flame. It means this yellow flame is due to insufficient air, because you have closed here the hole with the help of movable ring. So you will observe here is yellow flame will come. So it means if there is blue flame, it means sufficient oxygen is coming from here to burn hydrocarbon, because in a cylinder there is methane and propane are there. Okay, so not methane, that is propane and butane. Okay, inside the cylinder, normal butane and isobutane, not propane, sorry again. Your next topic is oxidation. So listen, in case of oxidation, the carbon compounds is completely oxidized. Okay, in oxidation, carbon compounds completely oxidized during combustion. Carbon compounds completely oxidized. Completely oxidized means what? Complete reaction in presence of oxygen. Understood? Some name of some oxidizing agent. This is very important. This is the example of some oxidizing agent like potassium permanganate KMnO4 and potassium dichromate, that is K2Cr2O7. Oxidizing agent is a substance which supply oxygen to the other substance. Understood? What is oxidizing agent? It is a substance that supply oxygen in the chemical reaction to other substance, that is called oxidizing agent. For example, you can see here, this is the ethanol CH3, this is CH3 CH2OH. Here is, this is acidic, that is KMnO4. The color of the potassium permanganate is pink, right? And due to this potassium permanganate, this ethanol converted into ethanoic acid. See, so in this reaction there is only one oxygen in this ethanol, but here is two oxygen present here. So from where these two oxygen came? This due to this potassium permanganate. So this is converted into ethanoic acid. Okay. Next is so there is one activity on the waste of whatever I have explained you. So in this, try this. You have apparatus will use test tube, Bunsen burner, measuring cylinder, dropper, etc. Chemicals: ethanol, dilute solution of sodium carbonate, dilute solution of potassium permanganate. Okay. So procedure is take 2 to 3 ml ethanol in a test tube. In a test tube, you have to take solution of ethanol 2 to 3 ml ethanol, and we have to add 5 ml sodium carbonate. In this test tube there is sodium carbonate and ethanol, and warm the mixture by holding the test tube on the burner. We have this mix. In this mixture there is sodium carbonate Na2CO3 plus ethanol C2H5OH. Take 2 to 3 ml ethanol in a test tube and add 5 ml solution of sodium solution to it, and warm mixture by holding the test tube on the burner for while. For some time we have to heat this test tube. Do drop by addition of dilute solution of potassium permanganate. Now we have to add here potassium permanganate KMnO4 in this solution. This solution permanganate to this warm mixture with stirring. Does the typical pink color of potassium permanganate stay? It is on addition. It means we have to observe that the pink color of potassium permanganate there is pink color, or does the pink color stop vanishing and it stays on after some time of the addition process. Okay, so answer is given. We have to check whether the pink color is present or they became vanished. So answer is given on the next page. Okay, so see, on adding pink colored solution of potassium permanganate to ethanol, the pink color disappears in the beginning. In the beginning, pink color disappear. This is because potassium permanganate is used up. Why pink color is vanished? The reason is pink color is used up in the oxidation reaction. In the oxidation reaction, potassium permanganate is used up during the oxidation reaction. At a certain point of addition, again we have to add potassium permanganate, and again we have to observe there is the pink color or not. So at a certain point of addition, oxidation of all quantity of ethanol in the test tube is complete. It means oxidation reaction completed. If oxidation reaction completed and if you further add potassium permanganate in the solution, then in that case the color of the potassium permanganate, the pink color, will not vanish. The reason is that is the excess potassium permanganate that will be present in the solution, and finally the color of the solution becomes pink due to the presence of potassium permanganate. If the addition of potassium permanganate is continued beyond this point, it is not used up and becomes excess. The pink color of this excess potassium permanganate does not vanish but stay as it is. Okay. Now we are going to study addition reaction. So first of all I will explain, then I will explain this. Try this. So listen, addition reaction. Unsaturated hydrocarbons undergoes addition reaction with hydrogen to form saturated hydrocarbons in presence of catalyst. This point is important. Addition reaction is always possible in the presence of catalyst. Catalyst here is platinum or nickel. Understood? I repeat, unsaturated hydrocarbons undergo addition reaction. So saturated hydrocarbon does not go. If I say saturated hydrocarbon, it means there is single bond in between carbon atoms. But if I say unsaturated hydrocarbon, it means there is multiple bond. It means maybe double bond or maybe triple bond. That is called unsaturated hydrocarbon. Okay. So addition reaction take place for unsaturated hydrocarbon in the presence of catalyst like platinum and nickel to form saturated hydrocarbon. Okay, in the presence of catalyst. I have already explained you. Listen, unsaturated fats containing double bond, I have already explained you, are healthy. Unsaturated hydrocarbon is healthy. Unsaturated fat is healthy, while saturated fats are harmful to health. Okay, saturated fats are harmful for health, and unsaturated fat is healthy for our health. For example, see, you can see here, this is the ethene, and in the presence of nickel and platinum, there is a reaction between hydrogen. So you can write this hydrogen here also or here also, but if you write here, so don't write here, and if you show hydrogen atom is here, molecules is here, so don't show this one. So this may be here or this may be here. So in the presence of catalyst nickel and platinum, this ethene is converted into ethane. Actually what happened, I will explain with the help of structure formula. So you can see here, this is visible for you. Yes, this is visible for you. So we can write C, there is a hydrogen bond, there is double bond, a carbon, again hydrogen and hydrogen. So if hydrogen atoms react, this is nothing in the presence of nickel and platinum. Okay, so what happened, this the multiple bond broken from here, one atom goes on this atom, and this is H2, this is nothing, this is H2. Simply we can write H2 like a H, this is H2. For the understanding purpose, I have written like this one. So one hydrogen goes on this carbon atom, and this carbon has multiple bond has been broken, and one carbon atom goes on this carbon atom. So it means like its structure will be like, I am drawing here C, here will be H, here it will be H. Now one more hydrogen atom will come here. There is double bond. So it will be converted into single bond. And see, hydrogen already is here, one hydrogen, and one hydrogen is here, and one hydrogen will this hydrogen, one hydrogen will come on here. So this is simply ethane is formed. So if you want to form ethane, so from where you got ethane, so from ethene you can get ethane. This was unsaturated hydrocarbon because a double bond in between carbon atoms, but this is saturated hydrocarbons. Okay, so now we will do some activities that will show where double bond, multiple bond is present in the molecules or not. So you can see addition reaction, try this. Apparatus will be test tubes, dropper, etc. Chemicals will be tincture iodines. What is tincture iodine? It is the solution of iodine plus ethanol. It is used for the tincture iodine means this is a solution of iodine plus ethanol and used as a medicine. It overcome skin infection. Tincture iodine overcome skin infection. Okay. Bromine water used for water purification. Just you remember the chemical tincture iodine, bromine water, liquefied vanaspati ghee, various vegetable oils like peanut, safflower, sunflowers, olive, etc. So actually what you have to do, you have to identify double bond present or not, if and how many double bond are present in these molecules. So what we have to do, we have to take stearic acid. No need to remember this one. Okay, this will not come in the exam. It may come number of double bond present or not, it will decolorize or not. So this will come like this will be given and you have to fill up only. So what we are going to do in this, try this, we have to take stearic acid and we have to add tincture iodine solution in 1 drop or 2 drop in, or you can say 3-4 drop. We will add tincture solution in stearic acid and we have to check the color of tincture iodine remains same or not. The color of tincture iodine initially is yellow. The color of tincture iodine is yellow. So if the color of iodine vanish in this stearic solution, it means there is multiple bond is present in this solution. If there is yellow color, if you drop 1 drop or 3 or 4 drop and still there is yellow color present in the solution, it means that there is that compounds is saturated compounds. Okay, and if color vanish after adding tincture solution, tincture iodine solution, it means there is double bond present, right? So this is the molecular formula. So you can say this is carboxylic acid. So how you will identify after doing this activity in the laboratory, we can observe, but with the help of this table, just you consider carboxylic as a hydrogen. Okay, just you consider this as a complete as a hydrogen, 35 hydrogen, and this is 1 hydrogen, this one, total 36, this is 36. So you can see here 17 to the 34 plus 2, 36 is here. So this is this is the general formula of alkane, and we know that in case of alkane, because if you consider this carboxylic as a hydrogen atom, single hydrogen atom, so this hydrogen will be 35 plus 1, that will be 36, and we know that just double plus 2 is here, 17 to the 34 plus 2, that is 36 is here. So this is the alkane. It means this is the saturated hydrocarbons. So in saturated hydrocarbon, no double bond is present. So the decolorized iodine, tincture iodine solution. So no, color will remain as it is, like in yellow. So this is, there is no double bond present. So this is the technique to identify this is the saturated hydrocarbon or not. Again, for this you have to, otherwise you have to draw this long structure. It will take time. Consider again as the complete carboxylic as a hydrogen. So C17 or H33 plus 1, 34. So this is just double, 34. It means just double. It means that there is one double bond is present. One double is just, if this is just double, it means one double bond carbon in between carbon atom, there is at least one double bond is present. If just double, it means one double bond in these molecules. So in this case, the color of tinctured solution will be vanished. So yes, in this case, in these molecules, just consider this as just one hydrogen atom. So 31 plus 2. So you can see here, we have to find double, just we have to find double bond. How many doubles bond are there? They are not asking triple bond. So just 31 plus 1, that is 32. So 15 to the 30 plus 2 is 1. This is again saturated hydrocarbon, because there is single bond in between all the carbon atoms. There is no double bond present in this molecule, because 31, if you consider as a one hydrogen, 31 plus 1, that is 32. 13, 15 to the 30, 30 plus 2 is here. So we are getting alkane as a like alkane family. So there is no double bond. So the color of tincture iodine solution does not vanish. This one, about these molecules, see, again if you consider only one, so we can see here 32 is here. So just 32 is here. So it means C17, and we can H32 is here. So listen, if there is just double, if there is 34, it means there is one double bond will be present, but here is minus 2. Minus 2 is here. It means if you minus 2, if it is just double, 17 to the 34, so there will be one double bond present. If there is 2 minus, it means 30, there is 32. It means there will be 2 double bond present, and vanish, the tincture solution will be vanish. Okay. Your next topic is substitution reaction. Next topic is substitution reaction. So saturated hydrocarbons are not reactive. Always remember, saturated hydrocarbon are not reactive, but in the presence of sunlight, this is important. Substitution reaction take place in the presence of sunlight. Addition reaction take place in the presence of catalyst like platinum and nickel. Addition reaction is used for unsaturated hydrocarbon. Substitution reaction is used as a substitution reaction is can take place in the presence of sunlight, and this is used for saturated hydrocarbon. It reacts rapidly with the chlorine in the presence of sunlight. Okay, substitution reaction take place with in the presence of sunlight, and it reacts, saturated hydrocarbon react with chlorine, and in this reaction chlorine atom replace one by one all the hydrogen atoms from saturated hydrocarbons. I will explain. Substitution reaction, it take place in the presence of sunlight. in the presence of sunlight. Okay, and it is used, this reaction is for saturated hydrocarbons. For example, if I say methane, this is methane, it react with chlorine. We can write here Cl2 only. Here we can write here CH4. But for the understanding purpose, I have written like in structural form. In the presence of sunlight, what happened? In first step, this react. This hydrogen react from this chlorine, so HCl will form, HCl, and this chlorine atoms attach from this carbon atoms. So it means we can say C, here is H, here is H, here is H, and here will be Cl and plus HCl. So in condensed form you can write here like CH3Cl. This one and this one both are same. Okay, in next step again second hydrogen atom will be removed. One by one all the atoms, hydrogen atoms removed, react from chlorine gas. So in the second case this one C, here is hydrogen, here is hydrogen, here is hydrogen, here is chlorine. So again this will react from Cl. So from now this time this hydrogen react from this chlorine. So again HCl will form here. So now one this atom will attach from here. So this will be C. This is methyl. This is methyl chloride. This chlorine atom react from this one and HCl will form. And this hydrogen atoms react from this chlorine atoms and HCl will form. And this one remaining, there is two chlorine atom, one chlorine atom will attach here. So here will be Cl, here is Cl, here is H, here is H. So in the next step what happened? Again next step again this one C, here is Cl, here is Cl, here is H, here is L. All the atom will displaced by chlorine atom. This we can say like this is the displacement reaction. We can compare substitution reaction as a displacement reaction in the presence of sunlight. This is important. In the presence of sunlight. Next time again this chlorine atom will react from this one, HCl will form, HCl, and this chlorine atom will come on this place. So this will be C, here will be Cl, here is Cl, here is Cl, here is Cl. In the next step again they will react from Cl, here is C, here is H, here is Cl, this is Cl, here is Cl. Again they will react from chlorine in the presence of sunlight. So they will react from this hydrogen and HCl will form and this chlorine atom will come here. So this will be C, here will be again Cl, again Cl, here is Cl. This is carbon tetrachloride. And what is this one? What is this? We can say here like H, C, Cl3. This is chloroform. Okay. Your next topic is the chlorination of propane. If we do chlorination means reaction from chlorine. For example, if we do chlorination of propane, that is, this use your brain power given on page number 126. Chlorination of propane, it means we have to take CH3, CH2, CH3. This is the propane reaction from Cl2 in the presence of sunlight. This condition is important. So two products are formed. First one is CH3. Directly I am writing CH2, here is Cl. This is form 45%. You write the IUPAC name plus one more product is formed, that is same thing, CH3, but in this time this chlorine will be here. CH here will be Cl, or we can write here CHCl, CH here 3. Two products are formed. So for the balance we have to multiply here by 2. Okay. This forms 55%. Its name, if you want to write IUPAC name of these molecules, this is number of carbon is 1, 2, 3. Here is halo family. So for halo we use prefix. This is on first carbon atom 1, 2, 3. 1 chloro, 1 chloro propane. Of this compound, these molecules, and its IUPAC name will be on, this is on second carbon 1, 2, 3. This is on second carbon atom, chlorine is on second carbon atom, its name will be 2 chloro butane, propane. So I think you should know any dot in the nomenclature according to IUPAC name. Okay. So if I say you have to compare addition reaction and substitution reaction from simple reaction, from normal reaction, so we can compare addition reaction from combination reaction. We can compare addition reaction just like combination reaction, and substitution reaction is just like displacement reaction. Okay. Addition reaction we can compare addition reaction from combination reaction, because in case of addition reaction hydrogen combines or unsaturated hydrocarbons becomes, for example, you see, just compare addition reaction, so we can compare it from combination reaction, because like just CH2 double bond CH2. So if we react from hydrogen in the presence of catalyst platinum or nickel, then it form this hydrogen. One hydrogen comes here and second hydrogen comes here. So CH3 and CH3. So hydrogen is combines with these molecules. This is, so we can say addition reaction, we can compare addition reaction from combination reaction. But in case of substitution reaction, we can compare from displacement reaction. We can compare substitution reaction from displacement reaction. Understood? So next topic is important carbon compounds. So important carbon compounds, we have to study ethanol or spirit. Ethanol is neutral, remember it, or ethanol is the IUPAC name of, we commonly listen, ethanol, it means C2H5OH. Common name is ethyl alcohol, right? but according to IUPAC name, it is known as ethanol or spirit. It is neutral. So we have to study about ethanol, important carbon compound that we use in day-to-day life, ethanol, and acetic acid or ethanoic acid. Acetic acid is a common name, and ethanoic acid is the IUPAC name. So ethanol or spirit. First of all, physical properties of ethanol is, this is very important. 3 reactions we will study in for the ethanol. It is colorless, boiling point 78 degrees Celsius, soluble in water, neutral, it is neutral. Okay. Chemical properties is important. So in case of ethanol, you have to learn two reaction with sodium and dehydration reaction. Okay, dehydration reaction means hydrogen will escape, or we have to, in the product form, water will be formed. Okay, so chemical property, first reaction with sodium. So if ethanol, this is ethanol, CH3 CH2 OH, this is ethanol. If ethanol reacts from sodium ethoxide salt is formed plus hydrogen gas is released. It means what happened from this one, hydrogen gas is formed here. So we have to take 2 molecules of sodium and 2 molecules of ethyl alcohol. So this sodium atoms come to here. Since you have taken 2 molecules of ethyl alcohol or ethanol, so 2 hydrogen H2, 2 gas will form. This is the reaction of ethanol. So simply you have to bring the sodium here in the place of hydrogen, and H2. Why H2? The reason here is we have taken 2 molecules, so that's why we have to take H2. Okay. Second one is dehydration reaction. It means water will be escaped from the reactant, and in the product side water will be formed. So if you see water molecules in the product side, then it means dehydration reaction in case of carbon compounds this chapter. Okay, so again, ethanol, CH3 CH2 OH, ethanol reacts in the presence of sulfuric acid, concentrated sulfuric acid at 170 degrees Celsius to form ethene. Just see, here is single bond, this is double bond, plus H2O. So what happened from this CH3? So there is 3 hydrogen atoms. From 1 hydrogen is, so 1 minus 1 hydrogen here, then it will become CH2. Here will become double bond, and here is CH2, and this is removed from here. If you removed H, you take a OH, and here from here you have to take 1 hydrogen. So this is H2 here, H2 and H2O. This is water. So in this way you have to learn. Okay, next is ethanoic acid. Next important carbon compound is ethanoic acid. This is also important. This is also very important. So in this we will see 3 reaction. We will see 3 reaction. First one is ethanoic acid. Physical property, like its smell is like vinegar smelling liquid. Boiling point 118 degrees Celsius, higher boiling point than alcohol, because in case of alcohol the boiling point is 78 degrees Celsius, but in case of ethanoic acid or acetic acid, boiling point is 118 degrees Celsius. Aldehyde and ketone aldehydes and ketones soluble in water. It means they can dissolve in aldehyde and ketone even in water. Okay, they are soluble in water. Sorry, this is not, I mean to say the boiling point of ethanoic acid is higher than alcohol, aldehyde and ketones. Okay, and ethanoic acid is soluble in water. Chemical properties. First, reaction with base. So this is acetic acid or ethanoic acid, CH3COOH. It reacts from base NaOH. This is the base. Sodium hydroxide is the base. So from here H, one H, and here is OH. So it will form H2O. And this sodium atom, this is the trick. I am giving you the trick how to remember the reaction. So one hydrogen from here and OH is from here. So H2 plus O, H2O. This, so simply this sodium atoms come in the place of hydrogen. So again this is sodium ethanoate. Okay, this is the salt. This is the neutralization reaction. So second, reaction with carbonate and bicarbonate. So again this is acetic acid or ethanoic acid reacts from, this is carbonate, sodium carbonate. So in this case, from this sodium carbonate, CO3 is here, so minus CO2, it means CO2 will form, plus water will form, and this sodium atom. So why we have taken 2? The reason is we have to get H2, 2 hydrogen we want, that's so that water can form. So 2 molecules of acetic acid, so H2 and O. This sodium atoms come here. This sodium atom come here, and one oxygen is from here. CO2, one oxygen is still here. So one oxygen is for the formation of water. So always remember, when ethanoic acid or acetic acid react with sodium carbonate, it forms sodium acetate. This is sodium acetate, its name is sodium acetate, plus water plus CO2. And if you pass this carbon dioxide to lime water, then it turns milky. If you pass this carbon dioxide to lime water, then lime water turns milky. It means that after reaction between acetic acid and sodium carbonate, carbon dioxide is forming. This is the test for the carbon dioxide is forming in the product or not. Similarly, in case of bicarbonate, acetic acid also react with sodium bicarbonate to form sodium again. Sodium acetate plus H2O plus water plus carbon dioxide gas. Okay. There are 2 activities I am going to explain now on the basis of this concept. Esterification. Third one is esterification reaction. Substances having ester as the functional group are formed. In case of esterification reaction, like substances having ether as a functional group are formed by reaction between carboxylic acid and alcohol. If carboxylic acid and alcohol reacts, ester will form. You can see this is acetic acid and this is the alcohol. So this is the ester, ethanoate plus water is formed. You can see here, this is the acetic acid, and this is alcohol. So what happened? This hydrogen, one hydrogen from here and one O is from here. It forms H2O. Simply both molecules combines. You can see here CH3, COO, and this will combine from in the place of hydrogen. So in the hydrogen you can see this is CH2, then CH3. Okay. So now we will see 2 activity based on this 2 reaction. Okay. So see, try this page number 127. Okay, this I have explained you. So apparatus, big test tube, delivery tube fitted in a rubber cork, knife, candle. Chemicals we have to take: sodium metals, ethanol, magnesium ribbon, etc. Procedure, what is the procedure? Take 10 ml ethanol in big test tube. You have to take ethanol in a big test tube. You have to take ethanol. Here is ethanol. It means C2H5OH. Ethanol is in this test tube. Cut sodium metal, ethanol, into 2 and 3 pieces of a cereal grain size, small size. This is sodium metal. Put the sodium pieces into the ethanol. We have to drop sodium metal Na into the ethanol in the test tube and fix the gas delivery tube. Here is the cork and gas delivery tube. We have to put a gas delivery tube to the test tube. Take burning candle near the outlet of the gas delivery. We have to take here burning candle here. We have to take here burning candle here. And observe. So we know that when sodium metals react with ethanol, then hydrogen gas is formed. So from here hydrogen gas is coming. So which is the combustible gas coming out from the delivery tube? Hydrogen gas, of course, hydrogen gas. Why do the sodium pieces appears to dance on the surface of ethanol? The reason is, when ethanol reacts from sodium metals, we will see that sodium metals is dancing here. The reason is due to the formation of hydrogen gas. Due to the formation of hydrogen gas, they stick from the sodium atom. That's why this sodium metals appears dancing. Okay. Repeat the above procedure using magnesium ribbon instead of sodium. So initially we added here sodium metals. Now we have to add magnesium. We have to add magnesium. Mg. Do you see gas bubbles released from the piece of the magnesium ribbon or not? So no, there will be no gas. The reason is magnesium does not react because ethanol is neutral. Ethanol is neutral and magnesium is moderately reactive metal. Hence magnesium, it reacts with strong acid like HCl. So in case of HCl, magnesium can react. It means we know that when like magnesium react from HCl, it form magnesium chloride plus hydrogen gas. But in case of ethanol is a neutral. So that's why our magnesium is a moderate reactive metal. So that's why they do not react from ethanol. That magnesium metal reacts with ethanol? No. The reason I have explained you. Okay. There is one more. Try this. Apparatus again. Gauge tiles, or simply we can take tiles, clean tiles, glass rod, pH paper, blue litmus paper, chemicals, dilute ethanoic acid, or that is acetic acid, dilute hydrochloric acid. So procedure: place 2 strips of blue litmus paper on glazed tiles. We have to take, suppose this is a big tiles, here is the litmus paper, blue litmus paper. So this is blue litmus paper. Put 1 drop of dilute hydrochloric acid on the strip with the help of glass rod. So we have to put here a dilute hydrochloric acid. So we will see that blue litmus paper turns into red. If you add on this litmus paper hydrochloric acid, it turns into red, because we know that when if blue litmus turns into red, that solution is acid. Or here we have taken hydrochloric acid. We are putting here or dropping. We dropped here hydrochloric acid. So its blue litmus paper turns into red. Put on drop dilute ethanoic acid with the help of another glass on second litmus paper on first litmus paper we have to add hydrochloric acid, and on second litmus paper we have to add ethanoic acid. Again this blue litmus paper turns into red. Note the color change taken place in the litmus strip. Repeat the same procedure using strip of pH paper. This time we have taken litmus paper, so again second time again we have to take here pH paper. Note all the observation in the following table. So in this C. So again if you add hydrochloric acid and ethanoic acid, again they will turn into red. So ethanoic acid, color change in blue litmus paper, yes, color will red. If color is red, it means they are acidic. So the pH will be less than 7. pH will be less than 7 of that solution. Color change is seen in the pH paper, yes, they become red. Corresponding pH. So we have to check. We have to check with the help of universal indicator, because on the universal indicator there is a color chart is there. So on the basis of that chart we can compare and we can find corresponding pH of the solution. In case of ethanoic acid, this is 6 or 6.5. In case of hydrochloric acid, that is 5 to 6. 5 to 6. Listen, if I say you have two solution, one solution have pH 5 and second solution is pH 6.5. Which one is the more acidic? So lower, in case of acid, if pH is lower, then that will be more acidic. So if you compare these two, see, this is 5 to 6, it means hydrochloric acid is the strong acid as compared to ethanoic acid. Use your brain power. Which one of ethanoic acid and hydrochloric acid is stronger? So of course hydrochloric acid is stronger. The reason I have explained you. Which indicator paper or of blue litmus paper and pH paper is useful to distinguish between ethanoic acid and hydrochloric acid? So if you want to distinguish between hydrochloric acid and ethanoic acid, we should use pH paper. We should use pH paper. Always remember. There is one more activities that is given on page number 129. Probably this is the last activity. So again try this one. Apparatus big test tube, small test tube, big test tube, small test tube. Bent glass delivery tube. This is bent glass delivery tube. Rubber cork. This is rubber cork. Thistle funnel. This one thistle funnel. Stand. This is a stand. Chemicals: acetic acid, sodium carbonate powder, freshly prepared lime water. So we have to take acetic acid and sodium carbonate powder. So we know that when sodium carbonate reacts with acetic acid, it forms sodium acetate plus water plus H2. We have to focus on this CO2. So it means after reaction between, if we take here acetic acid and sodium carbonate, so which gas will form? Which gas will come from this delivery tube? And if you take a lime water solution here, so lime water turns into milky. Turns into milky. Okay, that is the indicator. It means that if turns into milky, if lime water turns milky, it means from this reaction carbon dioxide gas is forming. Okay, so arrange the apparatus shown in the figure. Place sodium carbonate powder in the big test tube. Big test tube. Pour 10 ml acetic acid. We have to add 10 ml from this thistle funnel. 10 ml acetic acid through the thistle funnel. Observe the change taking place in the two test tube. We have to observe here and here. Which gas does come out as effervescence in the big test tube? Which gas is coming from this test tube? So of course we can see from the reaction carbon dioxide is coming from this test tube. Why are bubbles seen in the small test tube? Why we are seeing bubble here? Due to the formation of carbon dioxide gas. Due to the formation of oxide, we can see here bubble, because carbon dioxide is lighter than water, so they will escape from here. What is the color change in the lime water? What is the color change? So it turns milky. due to the formation of, why it turns milky? Due to the formation of calcium carbonate. This is the precipitate. So I will show reaction downside. Write the related reaction. So in the case of this lime water, that is calcium hydroxide react with carbon dioxide, it forms calcium carbonate plus water. This carbon dioxide reacts from lime water. The formula of lime water is, this is not visible. Sorry. See, now this is visible. So this carbon gas is coming from this derivative, and lime water, the molecular formula, the chemical formula of lime water is calcium hydroxide, CaOH whole 2. This react and they form calcium carbonate precipitate. That's why it turns milky. Or due to the formation of calcium carbonate, the lime water turns milky. Plus hydrogen gas, plus H2O is formed here. This is the last topic. Try this, because these are very important. That's why I am explaining one by one. I'm not leaving any topic. So in this, try this, because on the base diagram will be given you. Maybe in the board exam, diagram will be given and you have to observe the diagram, and there will be very small questions like this one. Like this. They will give a paragraph and they will give the diagram also, and they will ask like this questions. So in this, try this. Test tube, beaker, Bunsen burner. This one is the Bunsen burner. Okay. Tripod stand, wire gauze, beaker. In this test tube, chemicals, glacial ethanoic acid. Okay. Glacial ethanoic acid means they freezes at a lower temperature. In winter season, they freezes at room temperature in cold country. Okay. Ethanol, concentrated sulfuric acid. Okay. Procedure: take 1 ml ethanol and 1 ml glacial ethanoic acid in the test tube. In this test tube, take 1 ml ethanol and 1 ml glacial ethanoic acid. So there are two chemicals. One is 1 ml ethanol. Ethanol, it means ethyl alcohol, and 1 ml glacial ethanoic acid in this test tube. Add a few drops of concentrated sulfuric acid in it. So we have to add, now there are three chemicals in this test tube. Now we have to add concentrated sulfuric acid in it. Keep this test tube in the beaker containing hot water. So we have to keep this test tube in the hot water for 5 minutes. Then take 20 ml water in another beaker and we have to take another beaker, and in that beaker we have to take 20 to 30 ml water and pour the above reaction mixture in it and smell it. It means that after 5 minutes you have to take another beaker, and in that beaker 20 to 30 ml water, normal water. Okay, and we have to pour these chemicals into this water. You have to smell. So acetic acid reacts with ethanol in the presence of acetic catalyst ester. Ethyl ethanoate is formed. Ethyl ethanoate is formed here, and we have to use sulfuric acid. Why we use that sulfuric acid? Because sulfuric acid, sorry, this is not visible, sorry. Listen, ethanoic acid we have taken in this test tube, and ethanol we have taken this tube. We added here some few drop of concentrated H2SO4. Why we added concentrated H2SO4? The reason is because sulfuric acid, if we do not add sulfuric acid, the reaction may not take place. Here sulfuric acid acts as a catalyst. That's why we used here catalyst for this reaction. Okay, so ethyl ethanoate is formed in the products. Okay, so ester have sweet odor. Majority of fruits and their odor to a particular ester present in them. Listen, ester have sweet in odor. Esters are used for making fragrance, even fragrance and flavoring agents. When an ester is react with alkali sodium hydroxide and the corresponding alcohol and carboxylic acid are obtained back, this reaction is called sopinification reaction, as it is used for preparation of soap from fat. So sopinification reaction means beef can form soap. Okay, when ester and sodium hydroxide reacts, it forms sodium carboxylate plus alcohol. This reaction is called sopinification reaction. Use your brain power. So when fat is heated with sodium hydroxide solution, soap and glycerine are formed. Which functional group might be present in fat and glycerine? So, what do you think? So in case of fat, carboxylic acid present. In case of glycerine, remember, in case of fat, carboxylic acid is present. That is carboxylic acid, that is single bond COOH. Glycerine, that is alcohol group. Which acid is present? Alcohol group is present. Is carboxylic acid present in case of fat, and in case of glycerine, alcohol functional group is present. Okay. So students, micromolecules and polymers, this is excluded, and this one next page, on page number 132 is also excluded, and this is also excluded. So this was all about chapter number 9, very huge chapter. Okay, this is very easy. Now if you try to solve this now exercise, this is very easy for you. See, so students, okay, one more thing I want to explain. This one I have done. Identify the type of following reaction of carbon compounds. You can see there is CH3, CH2, OH. See, here is only one oxygen is here. Here is two oxygen here. It means this is oxidation reaction, because we know that in case of oxidation reaction, oxygen combines in the reactants. So this is oxidation reaction. See, here is 5H, here is oxygen O2. So in this case, see, this is the carbon compounds. We know that if we burn or we react carbon compounds, hydrocarbon compounds in the presence of oxygen, carbon dioxide plus water is formed. This is combustion reaction. Okay. See, this is the bromine gas is here. Here is double bond is here, but here is no double bond. So this is the addition reaction. I have already explained you. Double bond broken down, and there are single bond converted. This is unsaturated. Here unsaturated hydrocarbon is converting into saturated hydrocarbon. So this is addition reaction. See, this is saturated hydrocarbon, and this is the chlorination reaction. In this chlorination reaction, here we can see that there is one chlorine atom attached here, and HCl is formed here. So this is the example of substitution reaction. This one, what's about this one? See, in the product there is water. So this is the dehydration reaction. See, in the products if there is water, it means this is dehydration reaction. See, this is the acid. This is the base. Acid-base reaction. This is neutralization reaction. Again, this is, see, water is there. So this is the, listen, we can say dehydration reaction also, or we can say here esterification reaction. When we know that when acetic acid or alcohol reacts, it form ester. So esterification, this is you should say this is esterification reaction, because this is the ester form. This is the ester functional group is here. So esterification reaction. So this was all about chapter number 9, that is carbon compounds. So I am thinking I will explain you now important questions. Important questions. Which type of questions comes in the SSC exam? So I am thinking whenever I will take next lecture, I will do important questions based on activity. Okay, some paragraph will be given. On that paragraph, some pictures will be given, some diagram will be given. On the basis of that diagram, you have to give the answer. So that type of questions we will do in the next lecture. Inshallah, okay? Till then, have a nice day. Take care. Thank you.